Good evening, everybody. This is Scott, your host from Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. With me, I'm not a host, guys. We are a team. I hate that word host. I don't know why I said that, but anyways, we have us our team today. The indie team. I call them indie team because these guys are three guys. We got Joey Knotts, got Johnny Cash, got Syndicate, Sin from the Syndicate from PWX. These guys put their bodies on the line weekly to do things that they love, not because of nothing more. I've talked to all three of these guys in interviews, and they all come back with the same thing. We love what we do. And if I was, do I stand correct? Am I correct in that, guys? You guys just do it because you love what you do.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, but yeah, I got Johnny Cash, I got Joey Knotts and Sin from Syndicate. And we're going to talk tonight about some SmackDown, and then we're going to talk the indies, like where they do their stuff, where they live, and what they do. So again, give these guys some credit. They put their lives on the line on a weekly basis. So it's different watching indie shows compared to the television shows. So in my opinion, these three guys right here do things that you'd never see on a show on TV, but that's what we got. So on Friday night SmackDown, man, it started out almost cool, like a St. Patrick's Day match. You know, you had Sheamus, you had Drew McIntyre. That was pretty cool. Friends, they were friends. They weren't friends. They were friends. It was for that final spot against Gunther at WrestleMania. What do you guys think about that match?
I thought the ending was perfect. I think at least I was hoping it was going to be a three-way dance for the title.
Right.
So, I mean, the ending was what it needed to be. The match itself was really good, but I would expect nonetheless from those two. They're both quality big man workers. So,
right.
Yeah, very happy with that match.
I loved how it ended, like Sin said. I loved how it ended because how can you not put both those guys in that match with Gunther? I mean, that's just fitting. That's right. Those guys earned that. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the Sheamus story of him not holding that title.
Yeah. Johnny, Joey,
yeah,
anything
I think that's
on
going
that?
to be a really good match. Yeah, I think that's going to be a really good match. You got two of the hardest hitters in the WWE, and then Drew McIntyre, a guy who really doesn't care about, any of the hard hitters. He just wants to go in there and win the title. And I think it's going to be one of the matches for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Definitely an undercard match that's a must-see, though.
Anybody got a prediction on what two they'd like to see win that?
Drew.
That's what my gut says as a fan. Like, I want to say Drew, but just because Sheamus has never held the belt, Sheamus.
Kanan's in the chat. Cheese Warrior Kanan. He said, "What's up, guys?" That must be your guys' friend, I guess. So that was I say Drew McIntyre. He deserves it. He pushes every week. So but that was just great. So then we really went to the show. We seen Cody Rhodes again. We talked about this last week. He comes to the ring, and I'm sitting here going, okay, he's gonna call Roman Reigns out. And to our surprise, guess who he calls out? None other than Mr. KO. So Kevin Owens comes out, and I think I see Cody Rhodes. I thought about this last night. I see Cody Rhodes trying to be an Arn Anderson-esque as Arn was towards Cody on AEW. Anybody see that? Kind of like the father figure.
So, yeah.
Kind of like the buddy that's trying to help friends get back together.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I think a couple weeks ago on this very show, I think I said, boy, wouldn't it be nice if, like, Cody found a way to get them to be friends. That's all I said. Wouldn't it be nice?
And of course, that story. Then we say last week about that is we're wasting time. It's not a waste of time because it's a great story.
Yeah,
but we're doing nothing to build the match for WrestleMania between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. We're fixated on this Sami Zayn trying to get back at Jay and Jimmy, and
Is that such a bad thing, though? I mean, it's all tied to one organization. It's all like the bloodline. So, I mean, that becomes super important then. You know what I mean? They're all involved. So, yeah, I think I personally think I would like to see both titles change hands at WrestleMania.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like a clean sweep, and then see the fallout on the following Monday night.
That's possible. Anybody have any? Joey, Jimmy?
Yeah, I
do you have
think
anything?
I think that's going to be the crack within the bloodline is if they decide to have the tag team championships up for grabs, or it's obviously going to happen before Roman versus Rhodes. And if they do lose the tag team belts, I think that's going to be, like I said, kind of the crack in the bloodline's wall to where doubt's going to start setting in, and hesitation might even set in as well, and that also might make Roman, lose the belt too within the,
All right. Joey.
So my prediction for what's going to happen is Sami Zayn's going to come out and screw Roman.
Okay.
And Cody's going to get the belt. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
And I'm hoping that, I would love to see the tag titles change hands as well. And I'd love to see Cody as the champion because he deserves it, especially after the Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins. Like, he 100% has my support after that. So he needs that title. He deserves it.
Yep,
Right.
he earned it that night, even though he was gone for all that time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. 100%.
Well, I will tell you three. I'm in disagreement with you guys. I do not see Cody Rhodes winning the belts. Not yet. Do I think he deserves it? Yes, but not at this moment. He's not going to get it. I think they got a bigger story to finish with the tag team and then to move on with him. So I think we're going to see that. But I think it's going to be, we're going to have maybe something at SummerSlam. But I like some of the verbiage that they used during that little segment interview. We had Sami Zayn going, we don't have to be friends. We just need to come together and get rid of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I don't know if Johnny Cash has any friends that he needs just to get together with by whatever he meets Joey Knox again, but get rid of that problem, if that makes any sense. I just think there's a storyline that could be had. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too far ahead of the game, and so I just wanted to throw that out there. Not that I'm stirring the pot at all. We can be the ones that bring down the ones, and that's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Especially how the night ended. It is, that was a powerful statement. How the night, and then of course we don't even have to do this as friends. We just, but then we had Kevin Owens saying, "Dude, I've already answered the questions. I'm done," and he walks out.
Yeah, he basically says, and besides, why would I even want to do it if you're not my friend? Why would I care?
Why do I care?
Yeah.
And he has every right to say that because let's face it, War Games, Sami Zayn screwed over Roman. He betrayed his friend, and I don't know. It's just, anybody have any comments about all that?
The other guys can talk. I mean, I kind of said my little piece.
Guys,
I don't.
I mean, I'm excited to just see what happens with this.
Justin Bundy's in the chat. What's going on, Justin? Let's go. So then we had this Santos Escobar and Zelina Vega versus Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley. I got popcorn during this.
Wasn't Selena Vega's worst match? I'll say that. I've seen her do worse. So, I mean, it had that going for it. And, I mean, on the male side, you have two fairly competent workers. You know what I mean? Guys that know what they're doing in the ring. So that was all good.
Yeah. Now Vega did have some good moves and stuff like that.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't the worst match I've seen her had. I don't know if it was the best, but it definitely wasn't the worst.
Right. And I don't know about Rhea Ripley, man. She can hang with anybody, even any guy out there, I believe. She's just so hardcore. She's a badass. So I know I'd run.
She's a star in the making.
Yes. So Joey Knotts, Justin Bundy says, my bro. So
I would say China-esque.
Yes.
Yes. I thought the same thing.
Yes, China-esque. You're right. Yeah. So that was good. Ripley is always good. You know, Dom, he's coming around. Dominic is. I can't say I don't like him anymore because I kind of dig this whole thing. I just wanted to come to blows, but as a father of a kid, I understand what Ray's saying. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get to that next, I think. Yeah, because Ray and Dominic with their promo, that was good. That was amazing. That promo that happened on Friday night. So
yeah, all the Gucci, all the where he's listing off all the name brand crap he bought him.
Yeah, you know, my friends have BMWs. No, my friends have Mercedes Benz, and all you do is buy me a BMW. Come on.
I like how he said too, if there was a punk ass kid like him back. And that wasn't his son, he'd kick his ass.
Yeah.
And I was just like, man, the crowd popped so hard for that.
Yeah. My biggest regret is what you become.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. That's powerful shit.
Yeah, I'm writing this shit down so I can use it down the line in the business.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man, I gotta run to that line.
So, hey John, you okay? He's out here. So
I think he glitched out.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
I think my internet's kind of messing up a little bit.
Okay. You know, then it's the "You Deserve It" chants break out there and stuff like that. That just was a fire. To me, it was a good promo, good exchange between Ray and Dom. I mean, so in your opinion, do we see that match at WrestleMania, or is Ray just going to say no way?
I thought we were going to see it if you would ask me this time last week. Now I'm thinking maybe somebody in Ray's stead does it. I don't know. You know, that's all I can think of because I don't know if they're going to do it now. I mean, or does he just finally hit him at that point in time?
So do you have any problems with Justin Bundy coming on, guys?
No.
All right. Get on here, Justin. Be prepared. So yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna miss if they don't do something. I think we're gonna miss the boat on that. You know, they have this has to come to an end somewhere.
I don't think it's gonna come to an end at WrestleMania though. I think it's gonna get dragged out until SummerSlam at least.
I'm good with that.
I think so. I'm good with that too.
Too, I like the storyline, so
yeah, and
I like where this is going.
Right. I wish I was supposed to go to SummerSlam until I found out that it was going to cost me $1,300 to fly up to Michigan. So I'm like, nah, I'll watch it on my TV. I don't need to go up there and so forth. But it is what it is. So
try to make it up there. So I'm trying to get on some shows up there around that time. So
there you go. So now, do you talk about shows?
Booking.
Talk about shows and stuff like that. They have WrestleMania weekend. Do you guys get invited to WrestleCon that they have up around in the same area as WrestleMania, or do you guys not get asked to go to those things?
I have never been asked to, no. So I don't know about everybody else's experience, but
all right.
Sorry about the dropout.
That's all right, man. I wasn't sure if you were afraid or something like that. I mean,
I think he won't admit it.
What's up, Youth Pop?
What's going on, Justin? So we're talking about
what's up, Joey?
What's up, JB?
What up, JB?
We
got Johnny Cass. We got everybody in the house.
Hey, JB.
Yeah.
Hey, how you
Well,
doing, sir?
party JB got here.
So, JB, what's your take on this Rey Mysterio Dom exchange in the middle of the ring?
You know what? I think it's good. I think, my opinion, it's going to happen. is it going to be? I think next week we're going to find out because we're like 2 weeks, a week from Mania, I believe 2 weeks.
Yeah. If they don't pull the trigger next
2
week,
weeks. I think it's going to be too late. It's my opinion. I think it's going to be too late. Because he's getting inducted to the Hall of Fame on a Friday, unless they do something really big at the Hall of Fame, be like, okay, finally Dominic interrupts his Hall of Fame speech, and then something big happens at the Hall of Fame speech. But until then, I think next week he's finally accept the challenge that for against Dominic.
right. What about you, Johnny?
I think I think they're gonna wait to do something to get it set in stone at the Hall of Fame. Honestly, I mean, I think that's what they're kind of pushing for, because if they weren't pushing for that, I believe they would have already had it made official.
So do I hear you saying this, Johnny, that at the Hall of Fame inductee, whoever inducts him, we're going to see Dominic interrupted at, and then that's just going to break. That's going to be the breaking point for Ray. He's going to say, all right, let us go.
I think what's going to happen is whoever is supposed to induct him isn't going to come out, and the one that's going to come out is Dominic.
Okay.
I think that would be the way to do it.
I think I agree with JB and Jimmy Cass on this. I think it will happen probably on induction weekend on that Friday. And I think Cass nailed it right on the head. I think Dom will come out to do the induction and just slam him and ruin his moment. And then that's what's going to push him over the edge. And then we're going to know the match is going to happen maybe on Saturday, like the very next day.
And remember what Ray said. He said he didn't want Dominic to induct him. He said that to his kid. Now, when a father tells something to his kid not to do something, 9 times out of the 10, they're going to do it anyway.
Yep.
So whoever's going to be the one to induct him, whether it's Conan or whoever, I think it would be cool to have like Dom drag Conan out and then, keep kicking him or something like that and saying, well, it looks like he's unable to induct my father into the Hall of Fame, so I got to do it.
Yep. Something super heelish at the Hall of Fame. It's not been done yet. It'd be super hot.
Yeah, it would be. And I honestly think that's what they're going to be doing.
Now, do you think that it's going to put Dom over, or do you think Ray wins?
I think Dom has to win.
Yeah. I think he has to, just so that it'll jump him, make him go even further than what he is right now.
Yeah, Ray's already etched in stone.
Yeah, he doesn't need a victory. I mean, really don't.
No.
He's, like you said, then he already he's already solidified as one of the greatest around. So, so he doesn't need anything else. I mean, I think it's honorable that Ray would take the loss, because this is going to build up Dom. It's just he's just going to launch him. So
yeah.
But yeah. So now we had Liv Morgan. Go ahead.
I think it's going to be a shocking moment at the Hall of Fame, because something's never like that ever happened at a Hall of Fame show. You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to try to, like, in a way, have a shocking moment at the Hall of Fame. With Dominic going after Rey Mysterio and calling his dad out, and then, like someone said, K-Dog, obviously Conan is inducting Rey Mysterio because that's one of his best friends, and Conan's the one who took Rey Mysterio underneath his wing too. So it could be a shocking moment at the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Speaking of the Hall of Fame too, we didn't mention Muda was mentioned.
Yes.
Thoughts?
That he was great. I loved watching him. He's one of those guys that the mist, the red face mask, the paint, everything. I mean, I love that kind of luchador, whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
He's amazing. Amazing.
Great kicks before people were using kicks.
Yes.
Oh man, the moonsault. Nobody was doing that before him. Just amazing.
So I got 3 guys in the indies and that pro wrestle, and you talk about kicks. Now, yeah, I understand that you guys train and stuff like that, but in the moment, that still has to hurt. Am I right?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
can.
Johnny Cass has some pretty good kicks.
I
He
personally,
does.
I would say it would still, yeah, you still feel it, but you also have to learn to take it.
Okay. Now, do you think that's a problem with the indies? People coming into the indies, newbies and stuff, they don't know how to take the hit. You guys see that?
No, I think a lot of times, well, in my experience, they're trained enough. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Joey.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Go ahead.
That was it.
The same thing I said.
Just yes.
Yes. You know,
I've personally seen it with people because I'm more of like a stiff hitter. So when I do hit somebody, I clock them. Like I let them know, like, hey, I hit hard, just so you guys know. And I mean, there's a ton of people who hit way harder than me, but I let them know, and like a lot of people can't handle it. Like they're always like, "Oh man, like you hit way too hard," and yada yada yada. And
see, I got to give a shout out to a guy I worked a number of years ago. His name was Milo Cash. Milo Cash and we'd just be able to. I don't know. The first night we worked, we decided we were gonna like just lay. I'm gonna say the word, lay shit in, and dude, ever since that, he brought me up to Chicago and we were working the circuit up there for a while, doing matches, and we just beat the piss out of each other. Wouldn't have to be a hardcore match, even just a regular match, and we'd be snug as hell.
those are the best matches too.
Oh yeah,
For sure, 100%. I love those.
Yeah, I also have to say too, like especially when weapons are used, like when Joey hit me with the cookie sheet this past Thursday, and we'll get into that a little later on. He actually hit me, I believe, is not as hard as he could, but hard enough to where you could hear it from anywhere in the arena, like legit 3 times.
That was in that video, isn't it? That's on your YouTube channel, am I right?
Oh yeah. The whole match is on YouTube now.
Yeah, I seen that. Now I would have to agree. Just like that super punch that you did, that you could hear that.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. So I just that's why I asked the question. It's gotta be, I don't care. Justin Bunny and I went up there and got hit by something like that. We'd take one time and we'd be out of there like a crazy.
Oh, dude, I'll be like this. I'll be knocked out. I'm just a fan. I'm a podcaster. That's all I do. I stick to doing that.
Yeah, I don't need to be in your business. Now I'd love to come up and see.
No.
I'd love to come up to the PWX arena and see you guys do it, but I'll be on this side of the barrier, not that side.
Oh, I've seen Joey. Trust me, at Old Town Mania, boy, he could go. He could go. Let me tell you, not because he's my boy, but he could go. For real, that dude could go.
So then we had Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and versus Tegan Knox and Emma. I feel, maybe I'm wrong. I would safely bet I could say this. AEW's women's division, especially the tag teams, are so far superior over Raw and SmackDown. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
maybe the tag team division because it's really crappy now, but the overall women's division, I wouldn't say is.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I love the women's division in WWE way more than AEW.
Okay.
But I have like a huge crush on Tegan Knox. So I'm kind of biased on that.
All right. Hey. That's, it was a good match. I'm not going to say it's not.
Oh yeah. I love all of her matches. So
I like both WWE and AEW, and especially Impact as well. I think Impact has really brought up the women's division over there too, especially lately. And having real quick, having Taya Valkyrie come into AEW as well, I think is really cool. Even though I think she was with WWE, wasn't she, before?
Yes, as
Yes.
somebody else.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't believe she was there for that long either, if I recall.
Yes.
But
Right.
I actually got the chance to see her at Wrestling Revolver Drip and with the Death Dolls, and they were pretty good. And like I had no idea that she was going to be going to AEW, and that was kind of like a cool surprise. Now on the WWE side, it's more or less, in my opinion, it's like you got these higher quality talent that's really good at what they do, especially when they're on the mic. And AEW, in my opinion, is like where they're giving like newer talent like a start, like they're starting into like the actual big business. And I that's what I like about AEW's women's division, especially with their independent shows like Dark Elevation and
Right.
and Rampage and stuff.
Right. You're right. Absolutely, 100%. So on the women's side, what about Bella Twins changing their name? I think I can't remember what it was, but the Bella Twins came out. They're not Bella Twins no more. Everybody catch that?
I did.
I did.
What are they called, Justin?
They go by their, I think their real last names. I believe both of them are. I believe I can't pronounce it, but I know they're going by their, because I think they parted ways with WWE. I did see that they're done with WWE. I think they're doing their own thing now.
Will we see them in ROH, AEW, anything like that? You think?
I'm gonna go with AEW, or I'm gonna go with AEW, or it has to be ROH or Impact, possibly Impact. I mean, it could be, you know what I mean. It could be any of the wrestling organizations, but I can see them more in AEW. I can see. That's my opinion.
Anybody got an opinion on that?
I think it would be cool to see them at Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
My opinion, I think that would also bring more eyes to the product and gain more interest into the Honor Club.
Okay.
AEW, in my opinion, that's probably where
Right.
they should go. It's the natural progression. Bring prestige to the women's division by maybe trying to do a tag team thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What I'm excited about the women's division in the AEW is that what they're trying to do. I call it a female version of NWO with Rhea, with Soho and all them, with that group. They got the green paint. They're beating up people. They're coming in and they're taking names and moving on. So it's kind of like the NWO of the female division. So I don't know if anybody caught that or everybody feels that same way.
I did.
I'm just happy they're using Ruby Soho.
Yes, 100%. So, Joey Notch, there was a comment made by Wade Barrett. She's been about your girl. She's been written off several times, but she never wrote back. Barrett said of Knox on commentary, putting her and her many trials and tribulations over in a way that WWE Creative has not to this point in her comeback. Do you think they need to put her over more? Do you think they're doing what they need to do with her? What's your thoughts, Knox?
I do think they need to put her over more. Like when she had that storyline going on with Dakota Kai, that was amazing. Like I would watch it just for that. Okay. I do think they need to push her a little more because she's a great worker. I know she deserves more than she's getting.
Right.
So I would love to see her rise to the top and be up there. Like I like a match with her and Bianca.
Okay.
I think that would be amazing to see.
All right. Yeah, that would be cool. Anybody else got anything on that? We good?
Wow,
Charlotte
we're for Tegan, guys. Wow. Wow.
What about poor Emma?
There's only one Keegan Knox and fan in the house, right?
Probably only one Emma.
I like Tegan Knox. There's nothing wrong. I like Tegan Knox. Nothing wrong with Tegan Knox.
No, you're saying that. You're saying that because you're afraid of Joey Knox. Is what you're saying.
No, no. I am afraid because he only lives like 10 minutes from me. Okay, so yes, I'm scared. No, I'm just playing, Joey. I'm just playing, Joey. He knows my phone number.
I'm on my way.
He's on his way.
Don't say that.
Joey, call me up. I'll come down with you.
That's awesome.
Have fun, guys.
It's always JB. It's always JB. Joey's always coming after.
Well, we'll get to some. Well, we'll go over to Johnny Cass. He can say what this Nats guy's done to him in the last month. So before we get there, we had Charlotte Flair's promo.
So sick of Charlotte Flair.
I have nothing to say. It's about time that she's going to get her ass beat, and she's going to get her ass beat.
Yep.
I mean, you can take that yellow ugly suit and your high heels, and you're going to get your butt beat. I mean, Rhea Ripley's one bad bitch.
Oh, yeah. I think Rhea deserves to be the women's champion, and that's my honest opinion. I think she deserves it, and she's worked really hard this past year and last year. I think she deserves to be women's champion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
By the way, on this show, when she did hook the riptide on, was it Selena Vega?
Yes.
Oh my God, did that riptide look nasty as hell?
It did.
She killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And some of the lines that was in that whole segment is, I'm dangerous. I am dangerous. I am bloody good at what I do, and everybody fears me except for you, Charlotte. I think Charlotte fears her. She should. If she doesn't, she better. So, you're staring me down with a hint of fear in your eyes, and to be quite frank with you, that pisses me off. So, everything Charlotte Flair is doing is not really helping her matter any. Matter of fact, it's making her night going to be worse. So, I just don't think there's any way Charlotte Flair is going to get out of that with a win. And if they do, I will say this about WWE: they missed the boat.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can push her. She is gold with Dominic, and she's gold by herself. If you're gonna screw her over and not give her the belt, then there's got to be something.
Yeah,
So,
that's not right.
no.
I don't foresee her losing. I would be shocked. I'd be upset.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say this till at the end of SmackDown, but I have a question for you guys. Have you guys heard the rumor that WWE is gonna, with their pay-per-views, start making it betting, like betting?
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you, you should gamble on these because it seems like you're betting against all the odds. Roman Reigns retains. I mean, come on now.
What does that do for wrestlers though? Because obviously, because I've read some dirt sheets and I probably shouldn't read those. But what does it do for a talent like you guys? If there's betting odds going out there, obviously the decision, is it still planned?
Well, I mean, there's a way they're going to do it. I've read an article on this. It is going to be handled by a company, is what they're hoping. Is the same company that does like the Oscars and such.
Okay.
So the writers, I guess, will write beforehand and then like have the definite answer, and it will have to be like a week in advance. And it's got to be given to them, and then only like 5 people get to see it. And only a couple people know the ending. And even the wrestler, I guess, wouldn't find out the ending till the night of the show. And that just would screw up all the matches. So in one way, I kind of hope it doesn't go through.
But in one sense, it's going to people stay off the dirt sheets, you know what I'm saying? Because now it's not going to be out there. Because right now, all these rumors and dirt sheets and shit out there, it makes it not, I mean, I guess as fans, we need to just stay off the internet. But, you know, we're all on TikTok, so we all know how that is. But that was a good promo. Then Xavier Woods against, dummy.
Yeah.
So talk to me. LA Knight and Xavier Woods.
LA Knight needed the win more than Xavier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, does that bury LA Knight?
Yes.
Unless they try to pull another Karrion Kross out their butt.
Joey, Joey and Johnny, is that ruining what they have going for LA Knight?
Yeah, LA Knight needs a push. He's great.
Yeah, he really does. He was so great at Impact, and then he goes to NXT, and I thought he did pretty good there. And then they brought him to the main roster, and then when they started to change him, I was like, "What the hell are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
But now that he's back to being LA Knight and being back to that character, like they got to start pushing him, man. They really do. It's like they put him up against Bray Wyatt. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Definitely not the kind of character heel that you want to fall to the bottom of the card through the cracks.
Right.
Not at all. And they're just giving them matches that are like, the 6-way match, whatever. You know what I mean? That's total chaos.
Yeah.
Then you go to him just having a one-on-one with Xavier. Why does Xavier need to win that match?
Yeah.
Does
It
nothing
feels
for
like they're
him.
just throwing him wherever.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a horrible use of him.
Right, and then that backstage segment, he was frustrated. He blew off an interview with Kyla Braxton and confronted Rey Mysterio. He offered to fight Dominic for Rey Mysterio. I hope we don't. I hope. Well, I don't know. That might do good for LA Knight to face Dominic. I don't know. He said
He'd be over.
He said, "You can call me LA Mysterio. I'll be the deadbeat dad too." So I mean, that might. I mean, we talked about Dominic coming in at the Hall of Fame induction and destroying Conan, and then Ray getting mad, and so if Ray still refuses, and LA Knight comes to his side to help him, that would not be a bad match. I don't know. Maybe
I
I'm
don't
wrong.
know. It would at least do something with LA Knight. I don't know if people would be happy with it, but
Right.
at least LA Knight beating up on Dominic, if they have like LA Knight beat him,
Right.
that'd be epic.
And you can set it up for a better match between Ray and Dominic as well.
Right.
Like you said, they could drag it out to SummerSlam.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even doing like a cell or a cage or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be something vicious.
Right. Cass, you agree?
Yeah, I do. You could do it either way at Mania or at SummerSlam, but if you want to make more money out of this, then they would take it to SummerSlam, because I feel like they could do a lot more with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see LA Knight and Stone Cold. That's what everybody was wanting to see, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So, but we did talk about Gunther and the involvement he had with Sheamus and Drew McIntyre, and of course, at the end of that big brawl, our buddy in the back came out and announced the 3-way. So we covered that already at the beginning. So then we come to the Sami Zayn and Jey Uso face-to-face storyline that everybody probably tunes in on Monday night to watch, and same thing on Friday night to watch. We want to know what the hell is going to happen.
And we get the payoff. Yeah.
It's going to happen. They hugged it out. But as a fan, and maybe I'm reading into this storyline too much, are we sure that either Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens are true to what they say? Or are we all going to get big swerve and have them turn on each other to prolong? I don't know. That could happen.
I don't think they're going to turn on each other, to be honest. Maybe if they don't win the titles. But other than that, I think the only way to find out what's truly going to happen between those two is to keep your eyes on SmackDown.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's playing out so well, isn't it? I mean,
It's so good you don't want it to end.
Yeah, no, this has been the best thing in years.
yeah, I've been this hyped for WrestleMania like probably in a decade.
I mean, I will say this. it has me tuning into the TV show every week, just like when Hogan came down and leg dropped Macho Man and joined the NWO. I came back every single week to find out what was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
And that was amazing. And I hate to see this storyline with the Usos and Zayn and KO come to an end, because like you got 4 awesome people in that ring, and what are you going to do with the losers?
Oof.
What do you do? Okay, so let's hypothetically say, what if the Usos get beat?
Oh man.
Where now?
I don't know where you could take it. I guess there are ways you could go about or continuing on with from their loss, but that's up to them and creative to where they could possibly take it. I honestly don't. At this moment, I don't know where they could go.
I got something. So what like Huge Pop was saying. So if they did lose, you know what they could do? They could blame Jimmy or Jay for losing the belt, the tag team belts against KO and Sammy. So it was their fault. No, it's your fault. Then that could possibly set up a feud between both of the Usos.
That'd be a nice thing to see.
Yeah.
Just because everybody was wanting to know if they'd ever turn on each other back
Mhm.
with Sammy.
Right. And we can't forget Solo.
Yes, old Sokoa.
Yeah.
Can't forget him.
I mean,
some of the things that were said in the ring during that whole thing, from day one, I didn't trust you. I didn't want you around the family at all. Then week by week, they started to like you, you know. And then he goes, as a boy, I thought it was my job to protect my family, you know. You are what I always thought you were, a fake ass goose.
oof.
Some lines, some you know, some things that that energy that, you know, you're not mad at a hit Roman Reigns with the steel chair. You're just mad that you didn't get a chance to do it yourself. You know, now we got Sami Zayn trying to twist it and, you know, stuff like that. You know, then Uso said, I have no choice. That's my family. You know, that's my family. And then Sammy goes, you always have a choice. So could you book it as Jay accidentally super kicks and misses, trying to hit Zayn, and he misses and he kicks Jimmy in the head and cause it that way and start the feud? What could you do? I don't know.
I like what you just said. That makes sense. If he accidentally, you know, that makes sense because he's holding, you know, let's say he's holding Sammy, you know, and then all of a sudden Jimmy accidentally kicks Jay and causes the tag team belts, and boom, there's another storyline
And Sammy's
continuing.
like, yeah, because Sammy's going, look, dude, you trust them, but look what he just did to you. I don't know.
You watch, guys. WWE's watching. That's exactly how they're going to book it now.
Right.
And guess what? And we don't get any royalties for that. Dang it.
None.
But you know, I agree. It's like I don't want the bloodline thing to end, but you know, like with Roman having the belts, if I'm saying, like, what if he did lose and then the Usos lose, then they blame each other? That could go another way. They could blame each other. Who was the weak link in the bloodline? Was it the Usos? Was it Roman? Was it Solo? It could be a back and forth thing, and then it could all explode. What you don't know, but the whole with the Usos versus KO and Sammy, it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be an accidentally super kick to one of the brothers. Then it's gonna blame each other.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, my prediction is not both the Usos and Roman Reigns. They're not both going to win.
Mm-mm.
They're not going to both lose. One of them might lose, but I just don't see it. I don't see WWE would be stupid to take those titles off both of them. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they made a big mistake when they unified the damn things.
Yeah, them in New Day.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that we need a champion that's going to show up on Monday night and Friday night. And Roman Reigns plans on taking some time off after SummerSlam. And he doesn't show up. I mean, and maybe Cody Rhodes will show up. But I don't know. That's just my opinion.
I think they should unify the belts.
You think they should?
Yeah.
Into one belt like they did with Brock Lesnar's Universal.
Oh, yeah.
One belt.
Yeah.
Right.
And the champion should be represented on both brands as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the same with the tag team belts too. Unify those.
The women's tag titles work that way.
Yeah.
They got to be defended on both shows. So why not the men's tag titles? You know, we're pushing for equality. There you go.
Yeah. So that was Friday Night SmackDown part of the show, and so great conversation with you guys. And so we're to the indie part of the show where we talk about your guys' week, your guys' upcoming things, some trash talking. JB, if I was you, I'd watch what you say because they are only 10 minutes away from you, and you might get a knock on the door.
Hey!
So if you see Knots get up off his chair, you better go lock your doors. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
If you see devil horns, hide your ass.
Hey, he knows where I work too, so I'm kind of scared.
You wanted to come on the show tonight, so I'm just telling you, you're going to be in for the next 25 minutes. You better be prepared.
What's up, Joey? I'm your biggest fan.
Okay. See, the difference between JB and Johnny Cass, JB's kissing Knots' ass.
I don't kiss no one's ass.
Well, Johnny Cass is like.
Hey, I like Johnny. Come on, I like everybody. I'm just a podcaster. I just don't say nothing.
I feel like more me or Johnny.
Oh, I gotta put me on the spot.
Oh, he's putting you on the spot.
Holy crap. Oh, man.
Why you gotta put me on the spot like that for Joey? Oh man.
Hey, we're not gonna go any further until you answer that question.
Yep.
I got all night.
It's like the Breakfast Club.
Man, it's past my bedtime. I'll text you guys. I'll text who it is. I'll get back to you.
All right, I'll say it. I'm more of a Johnny Cass fan.
Oh.
I need to speak to Johnny Cass here.
To be honest,
I'm going to take a state. Yeah, go ahead. I'm already in trouble. So, and I live.
I'll be in trouble for. I'll be in trouble for this. I'm not kiss. I don't kiss no one's ass. Joey.
All right.
Good choice.
Whatever. I'm just playing.
So we've been week after week after week. Syndicate Sin says something to Johnny Cass about just go get what you need. Go get it. So I'm gonna ask Joey Knotts this question. Why 3 weeks ago do you break into a gym and bust your guy Johnny Cass over the back of the chair, and then repeatedly show up and get your nose involved in some stuff, hide your face underneath the hoodie? Are you scared, or is that why you sneak attack this guy, or what's going on?
Well, no, I mean, if he's calling me out, he should always be prepared, shouldn't he? I'm trying to teach him a lesson here to stay on his toes. You know, he wants to talk a big game, like he could come at me. Well, you should always be prepared because you never know when it's going to happen. He said he'll fight me anywhere, anytime. I've showed up numerous times, took him out. He should have been expecting it. He was the one calling me out. I was just putting him in his place.
Johnny.
Yeah.
You have anything to say? I mean, okay.
Well, the thing is that we had a match back in December, and then he disappears, and I won the match because Joey got disqualified, and it kind of stuck with me a little bit why he would do that. And then like I don't hear from him. I don't see him at all anywhere. Nothing on Facebook. Nothing. And I was talking to my trainer, Mike, and because he knows Joey, and I was talking to him about what Joey Knotts has been up to. If he's heard from him, I would like a rematch. And then out of nowhere, in training, he attacks me. I think he attacked me at the training facility and during my match after I won and got my title back, because he felt like maybe it was a way for him to kind of snake his way back into PWX to get what he wants. He wanted a shot at those tag team title belts, and he wanted to bring one of his friends with him to kind of try to take over Pro Wrestling Extreme. But I'll give it to him. You guys are really, really tough. You hit hard. You guys are into like the more hardcore deathmatch stuff, and I like hardcore style matches. I've never done a death match, but I'd always be up for one. And you know what? You beat us clean. I will give them that. They beat us clean. But I don't believe, however, that should entitle them to an instant title shot. That's where I believe that part comes into play, where he was attacking me. He knew I was on the PWX roster, and he wanted to snake his way into the PWX arena to try and get what he wanted.
So what I hear you saying, man, is you're on this roster at PWX, and the only way that Joey Knott could get what he wanted is to make his statement, but instead of earning a spot, he had to attack you. So at the PWX,
yeah.
So you're not earning a spot, actually, technically.
Not technically. I asked for the match from Jay after I found out, and he confirmed it with me after I was attacked, that it was actually him. And I told Jay that I wanted a match with Joey, and he granted me that match, and he wanted to make things a little bit interesting, to make it like a tag match. So he gave Joey the option to choose a partner. He gave me an option to choose a partner as well. And they beat us clean. I can't really say much after that, but they are hard-hitting mofos, deathmatch guys. They're good at what they do. I mean, we'll see what happens.
Any rebuttal, Joey?
Well, I'm always available anytime, anywhere. If he does want a rematch down the line, I'm more than happy to give that to him.
Okay.
But he has to be ready.
Oh, I'd love. Trust me. Trust me. I want a rematch with you. A one-on-one rematch with nobody else.
You haven't shown you've been ready yet. You've laid down twice after I've given you the chairs. You lost clean to us in a tag match. You're not ready for me yet.
I want to point out something that I saw that night that really upset me, and it's something that I've told Johnny Cass over and over again. You got to take your shots when they're there, kid. And you had them down on the ground. You had a steel chair. You could have laid them out multiple times with that chair, and you didn't.
So Johnny, hearing that from Sin from the PWX and the Syndicate, you had your chance. Now, I'm going to take a twist of, are you a Sami Zayn type isk, and you're afraid to take that chance and finish the job because you don't want to ruin a friendship or whatever you have? What's the problem? Why aren't you taking that chance?
I'll be honest with you. When I was in that moment and I raised that chair, I stopped myself. Even though all of the fans were begging me to beat the living hell out of Joey Knotts while he was down, I couldn't bring myself to it because, for a couple of reasons, actually. I believe I wouldn't have been able to control myself. I believe I probably wouldn't have stopped. And on top of that, I'm not the kind of animal that those guys are. I like to be also creative, and I wanted to take a a spot from Rob Van Dam. Since I'm that type of person, I like to mix it up a little bit and not just do what everybody else likes to do and go buck wild with weapons.
But isn't there going to be a point in time where you're going to have to finish the job? Because obviously this guy, Joey Knox, isn't going anywhere. He's gonna continue sneaking behind you, using a chair without you looking. See, this guy doesn't play fair, obviously. And I think it's time that Johnny Cash stops playing fair and beating and you need to take your shot, man.
So I'm going to interrupt right here.
Yeah.
I think that he didn't finish the job because he's scared of me and what I would have done to him when he hit me with that chair and I got up. That's what I think. That's why he didn't do it.
Sin, is that what you've seen? Did you see fear in Johnny Cash's eyes, Sin? Is that what you've seen?
I saw confusion, conflict. It looked like he wanted to use it so bad, but the fans were cheering for him, use it, and he just then sat it on him and hit a Rob Van Dam move, which is a perfectly good move. But man, if 2 or 3 shots with that chair, then you put it on him and do that move, bam, that's match. Unless Joey Knox is the toughest SOB like I've heard the rumors of, where that wouldn't have kept him down.
So in the video, I think I seen, doesn't it show you hitting Joey Knox's partner with that glove?
Yeah.
So if you can hit Joey Knox's partner with that glove, why the hell can't you take that chair and finish Joey Knox off? That's my question to you. If you obviously weren't scared enough to pop his partner, there's got to be a time in life that you're not afraid to use that glove on Joey Knox or something.
I don't want to go into that mode where I black out, especially in front of a crowd full of families and kids. I believe that I've always loved the hardcore style of wrestling, but I've also liked I've always been a huge fan of just like the standard type of wrestling matches and stuff. But I feel like again, when I was in that moment, I had to mentally stop myself because I believe that I wouldn't have been able to stop hitting him.
Hey, JB, chime in here, man. Chime in here. What do you think we ought to see Johnny Cass next time they meet in the ring?
Mm-hmm.
Forget everything and take care of business like he needs to.
Yeah, they should. Once and for all. If you have the chance to pull that trigger, pull the trigger. Joey will do the same thing. If he has the trigger, he's gonna pull the trigger. You have to go for your moment. You have to go for it. Don't second guess yourself. Joey would do the same thing, Johnny. That's just my opinion. I think I want to see this match again.
See, I like this guy. I like this guy. He thinks like a syndicate member.
In the moment, man.
I'm not being biased, but I mean, if I was a wrestler, if I had my chance to take that shot, I'm not going to hesitate. You know what I'm saying? If the fans say, take your chair shot, take the chair shot, man.
So
don't hesitate.
Huh?
You would hit me with the chair?
Who, me?
Yeah.
To be honest, if I have my moment, yes.
Okay.
I would pull the trigger if I was in Johnny's shoes.
All right.
10 minutes away.
I'll be. You guys want my this? Hey, that's my honest opinion. I mean, it'd be. I was saying it'd be the same way with you, Joey. If I was your shoes, I would pull the trigger, taking it the same thing to Johnny.
We're all in agreement. If Joey Knox leaves the screen to go do something now, we're going to wait 10 minutes just to make sure he's not.
And we're gonna keep you on, man. If I hear it come down,
but I'm being like for real. Like if I had look what Seth Rollins did. He took what he did to Roman. Nobody didn't know he was going to pull the trigger. He did on the Shield.
Yeah.
He did. Let's go back like that. You got so many people that took their moment and their chance, and they pulled the friggin' trigger. That's just my opinion.
Johnny,
I'm always ready.
Yeah.
If he feels like he wants a rematch with me, 1-on-1, I'm always ready. I don't need help He can do whatever he wants to me. He's never going to keep me down. Never going to keep me down.
So, Johnny, let's talk about the fans, man. I mean, I don't want to twist things around. I don't want to cause chaos in this house, but let's talk about the.
Well, I'm locking my doors before anything. I'm locking my doors, so.
Let's talk about the fans. The fans
like
that
stirring shit.
The fans are saying, "Yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it," and you're their hero, and they see you not do it. How many disappointed fans left that night from PWX Arena saying, "Holy shit, I wish Johnny Cash would have pulled the trigger"? Does that bother you that you let your fans down?
If I would have pulled the trigger, oh man, I'm not like that. I really am not, because I like to earn my spots. I like to work for my spots. I don't like to take an easy way out. I'm not a fan of doing that. It's not one thing that I always told myself that I wasn't ever going to do when I got into the business or when I broke into the business. And I'm also showing the fans that you got to have self-control sometimes in life. You got to stop yourself from doing something that you know that you will regret.
Beating the hell out of Joey Knox. Justin said it. He wouldn't regret it. He'd beat the hell out of him.
No, they would regret it.
Hey, I might regret it, but at least I pulled the trigger.
I'll give you that. I will give you that.
So you're saying you got one up on Johnny Cash, JB?
If I was a wrestler, hey, I might get my ass whooped, excuse my language, but at least I pulled the trigger. At least I did what I did.
Sounds like he's calling out Johnny. There's
Yeah,
actually a future match going on, too.
So you're calling out Johnny Cash, is what you're saying. So if Johnny Cash shows up at the Rugged Pro Wrestling event and he challenges you for a shot, you said you'd pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. But I'm not a wrestler, though. That's the thing. I am a podcaster and interviewer. If I was a wrestler, yes, I would pull the trigger. Yes. No hesitate. Just do it.
Then, man, I still think we have a problem here.
That's 3-1. It seems pretty clear to me.
I mean, Joey, you're one of my best friends that are on this the website of the podcast, and I have all due respect for you, man. I really do. I respect for Joey Knotts, except for when he sneak attacks people. I think that's pretty cowardly, in my opinion.
He is a coward.
If you want to come down to Florida, here I am. I'm in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, my guy. I'd love to see you. I probably wouldn't pull the trigger because not yet, but don't be shocked, my guy. But no, to be real, Johnny, man, you got to come. You talked to heel, face. I think you need to turn heel on this jackass up here and finish the job. Finish what he started. Because he ultimately started this, and he's hounding you. He is a coward. Shows up.
He is.
He comes.
He hits me. He hits me from behind, and he can't confront me face to face like a man.
And he has to have a tag team match with you instead of a one-on-one, which I don't understand. If Joey Knox, if you're such the badass, why don't you face this guy in a singles match?
I'd love to.
Who do we have to get a hold of?
Hey, real quick, if you go back and to see where all this started, the first match that I had between him and PWX, he lost by disqualification. He used a weapon. He attacked me at the training facility with a chair. He attacks me after my match, after I won my title back, with a chair. And then he beats me in a no disqualification tag team match this past Thursday at Power Hour. See the cycle here? He can't beat me without using weapons.
Or help. Or a partner.
Yeah.
Hey, Syndicate, I know that you work with PWX, and how do we make this happen, man?
Well, the best way would be able to go to Pro Wrestling Xtreme site, Extreme with no E, capital X, and go on there and let your voice be heard.
I will.
To Jay Silver. Call
Silver,
Jay Silver. If Jay Silver's watching right now, make this match happen. I think the
Hey.
fans will want to see it.
Hey, Jay, if you're listening, man, as a podcaster, as a creator, JB Wrestling, I think you'd agree with me. Let's make this happen, man. Let's get
Yeah,
these two.
once
Let's
and
make
for
this.
all.
You know what? Hey, I want this to be not a death match, but a true hardcore match. That's what I want.
What I want to see is a Hell in a Cell match.
Or dog collar. I'm available for whatever you want.
You know what? Dog collar match. I wouldn't mind seeing a dog collar match. Settle the score once and for all to see who the better man is in this match.
Let's
that's
do
it.
it. Dog collar match.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, Jay Silver, make this
Jay, if
happen.
you're listening right now, it's up to you. The ball's in your court.
Dog collar match.
Or even an I Quit match. It could be two. It could be a dog collar match or I Quit match. Or last man standing. A last man standing. A first blood match. I mean, there's so many different matches you guys could do to settle the score once and for all.
You know what? I would absolutely love to do a first blood match.
Loser leaves PWX.
And they both go quiet.
Or, I mean, even like, why not have fans vote on the match that they want? We'll give them what they want. Because I'm available for whatever anybody wants.
There you go. So I'm going to blow up.
There's a good idea.
I'm
Let's
gonna
do
say
that.
dog collar. I'm gonna say dog collar match. I'm gonna say it. Dog collar match.
I want to see a street fight.
Oh, there we go.
Anywhere in Streeter.
Oh,
is
false
allowed.
count anywhere. A false count anywhere. Street fight. Really? A street fight. Yeah, I agree with.
But it's anywhere in Streeter.
Yeah, there we go.
Streeter
Anything.
And anywhere out in the parking lot,
Yep.
out at another business. Doesn't
A
matter.
restaurant.
Could be anywhere.
Here we go.
Anytime, any place, I will be there.
Let the fans choose the type of match that Joey Knotts versus Johnny Cass is gonna have.
There you go.
Let's go.
Jay Silver, put it up on the Facebook site.
I'm down. I'll even do it. I don't care. I'll even say it too.
We're going to blow up that
JB, when are you gonna come down and see it?
If I get a ride, I'll see it if I can.
Okay.
I mean, he can hit a ride with Joey Knotts. He's only 10 minutes away.
I gotta lock my door tonight. Do I gotta lock my door tonight? I hope I don't.
So,
Streeter,
now that-
Illinois, guys. Streeter,
now that
Illinois, this Sunday.
now that I stirred the pot. Because you're not on the card to have a match, are you, Joey or Johnny?
For
Johnny is.
He is? Okay.
Yeah.
I think
I
you
can-
need
I
to
can
take
give
some.
you a card rundown right now if you'd like.
I think you could. You need to take some pages out of the Mr. Joey Knotts book and sneak attack his ass, cause him to lose his match, or something like that. So you need to, not man it. Well, need to man it up and take care of the problem.
you know what? I just came up with something in my head,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna wait until this podcast is over, and I'm gonna make a post to see what people want. So keep an eye out on my Facebook page.
Absolutely, man. Then,
Johnny Cass.
Johnny Cass. So that's 26th of March, correct?
Correct. I got the full match rundown right here.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay, well, we're going to have a dark match for the first time before Sunday's show because they have become the bigger shows. We're trying to showcase as much talent as we can on these shows. Theseus will be in that match. Then we'll be starting off the show with a 5-way number one contender for the U.S. Championship match. It'll be Kurt Alexander versus JT Simmons versus Johnny Cass versus John Bonhart versus Jimmy Jack Daniels.
That was Johnny Cass's tag team partner last week, right?
It was your tag partners in the match.
Wow. You're gonna be afraid to pull the trigger on him?
No, it's the better man will win that match.
Well, you didn't answer the question. If the chair shot's available, are you gonna have to hold back?
No, I don't think they're no. No, I'm not going to use any weapons.
Okay, so then go ahead.
All right. Then we're looking at a match that I'm not super happy about because it's a prime example of Jay Silver trying to bust up the syndicate. He decided to have Jimmy Smooth ref a match between me and fellow syndicate member Sanji. So, yeah, so hopefully Sanji does what's right. If he doesn't, we'll have the best match of the night. We'll tear the house down, and I'll get my arm raised at the end.
Huh?
All right. We got Amina Belmont versus Maggie in a 3 falls match for the women's title. We have Knots and Carver versus KOI Fans Bring Weapons match for the tag team championships.
Anything to say about that, Joey?
We're going to leave with gold around our waists.
What weapons do you want them to bring?
Whatever they want. The more, the merrier.
We have fellow syndicate member Axel Hale challenging AMB for the U.S. Championship. We have Brian Phoenix versus a mystery opponent that we are unsure of at this point. And odd music has been playing and the lights have been turning out at every show. So Phoenix apparently is going to face this person. And that's for the Illinois Valley Championship. And then, of course, in the main event, a syndicate member stands as Nasty Nick Nolan will face Angus McDuff for the PWX Heavyweight Championship.
Nice. So you have any closing words for Sanjay?
Well, I mean, like I said, Sanjay's a smart guy. He'll do the right thing.
Okay. Any closing remarks from you, Johnny Cass?
I'm gonna do my hardest, try my hardest, do whatever I can to get that number 1 contender spot.
We use the power glove.
I might.
It's a foreign object.
So I keep on going back to this, and I don't want to harp on this, Johnny. You've been told by many times to do what you need to do. You have a thorn in your ass up here, but Joey Knotts. You didn't do what you needed to do to get that guy out of here. What is it going to take for that switch to be flipped, my friend? I mean, there's games that you play. You play video games all the time, and you got Street Fighter, you got Mortal Kombat, you got all these games that you don't hold back as a video game player. You do what you need to do to get the win. Am I right? All the combinations, all the things, all the whatever it takes. You do what you do to need to get the job done. Am I right?
Yeah, but I'm not.
But
I'm not. It's not in my nature. It's not in Johnny Cass's nature to even. I believe that it's okay to do the wrong thing to make it right every once in a while. I don't think that Joey Knotts is kind of worth doing that to, which is kind of why I stopped myself.
So now you're not worth anything, Joey.
I didn't say he wasn't worth anything. I just said it wasn't worth it at that time.
Okay.
Which is why I stopped myself and realized what I was about to do. I didn't want to. Go ahead.
Or what was about to happen if you did it? I think that's what scared you into not doing it.
The only thing that scared me about doing it was if I started to hit you with that chair, I probably would not have stopped.
I would have got up and showed you that sinning is winning.
Ah, what a beautiful line. So
But
true.
what I hear you saying is you value a friendship over a chair shot.
The what?
What I hear you saying is you value a friendship over a chair shot.
Morality, I guess. I would say I like to do everything the way that I feel that it should be done. I like to do everything the fair way. I like to play by the books, if you will, and I mean that's just the way that I am. I mean, people can say what they want to say. I really don't care if they like it or not. I like to earn my spots. It doesn't matter if like everybody in that building wanted me to hit him. Yes, he's the guy that's been tormenting me for the past 2 months, but at the same time, I also wanted to show everybody that even though that has happened, I could still win it fair. I can still win it without injuring him and sending him to a hospital.
But you guys lost.
Even though that we lost, yes. I mean, and we lost clean, and I admit that. But I see a loss as a lesson learned.
Yeah, and to be fair, I want to give Johnny the pin. Because in that match, we pinned me and Carver pinned Jimmy for the win. I want Johnny. That's who I want to pin. So I didn't feel it as like he lost to me yet.
Well, we're gonna blow up the Pro Wrestling Xtreme page. Is that right? Pro Wrestling Xtreme.
Yes.
We're gonna blow up that page. We're gonna blow up Jay Silver. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look up Jay Silver on Facebook and private message him and tell him to make it happen because I need this to be done. It's almost like a middle school, high school fight that once you guys fight, you can be best friends, maybe. But we need this match done as wrestling fans, as the PWX wants to see it. We want to see it. Justin, he'll come down and maybe be in your corner, Johnny, or something. I don't know.
He's in my corner.
Is he? Oh, yeah, he's afraid of you, so yeah, probably is in your corner. But,
Whoa. He lives 10 minutes away. I'm locking my door as soon as I get off this podcast.
Yeah, hey, JB, if you're in his corner, I got my eye on you, buddy.
Hey, I ain't scared to pull the trigger. I'm gonna think twice.
so JB, if the tables were turned,
Yeah.
and you had the opportunity to smack Joey Knotts across the head with a chair, would you hold back?
No.
Okay, I got a question for you. If you had the opportunity, say there was a match in the future, to hit Johnny Cass in the head with the chair and help Joey win, would you hesitate?
I wouldn't hesitate.
See,
I wouldn't.
See, that's fair. You say do it to either guy.
I'm gonna
I wouldn't.
keep that in my mind as well.
I mean, I'm not being biased, but I wouldn't hesitate. I'm gonna pull the trigger. I don't care which one it is. I'm gonna pull the trigger.
So you don't care if you're in Joey Knotts' corner or Johnny Cass's corner. Either way, you'd pull the trigger on either of them.
Yes.
Without hesitation.
Yes.
Well, you'd have to make sure that we don't see it coming.
Well, if you see me coming, you see me coming. But I'm not gonna scared to pull the trigger. Put it just like that.
I will say, Joey, that underneath that black hoodie, you look like a Sami Zayn and a Kevin Owens, cowardly coming through the crowd.
Not a coward. If you guys watch my matches, you'll see. And hopefully me and Johnny get this match. And you will see that I am not a coward and that I can face him one-on-one and win.
I mean, I made joke of this last week when you canceled on us. They said that you were at a concert, and I felt that maybe you were at a concert. You were afraid to face Johnny Cass. But they did tell me that the concert was a good concert, and that's, that was legit. So I'm okay with that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I drove out of state for that one, so.
It's awesome, man.
A little bit more important than having to deal with someone who's scared of me and won't hit the chair.
Right, I agree with you. I mean, there's going to come a time where, even the fans of Johnny Cass is going to go, why am I a fan of Johnny Cass? When you see the lineup at Joey Knotts' merch table and not yours, maybe then we'll think twice. You should have pulled that trigger.
Well, we'll see what happens. Keep your eyes on the PWX page.
All right, we will. Stan, do you have anything to say before we get off here?
I'm confident in my match. I'm not like these guys. I know how it should go down. I don't have issue. I know Sanjay will do the right thing.
So here's the
Sanjay's
question.
watching. Remember, do the right thing, brother.
So here's the question for you, Sin, that we've been asking Johnny Cash and Joey Notch. JB's chimed in that he wouldn't be afraid to pull the trigger. You have Sanjay in the match. It's a great match. The opportunity comes across. There's a chair. There's whatever. Are you going to be afraid to pull the trigger on your own guy in your own faction?
I would not hesitate, and I would hope if he was put in the same situation, he would not hesitate to do it to me.
So it's fair.
Because if you're a syndicate member, it's part of our life. It's syndicate life, baby.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, it's been a pleasure to be with you guys. Talking wrestling. JB, you have any closing remarks for these guys?
I just want to see them just have their final match, or okay, if it does come down to it, you guys have your final match or whatever. Can you guys like respect each other? Can it be a future tag team together? Or I mean, what is the future for Joey Knox and Johnny? Yes.
When we have this match, because I know we will.
Mm-hmm.
And if he could hang with me the entire time, I will shake his hand at the end and give him the respect that he deserves. But all he's been doing is showing that he's scared of me, won't hit me with the chair, but he talks a big game like he could beat me. So one-on-one, if he could hang the entire time and I feel like he's worthy of it, he will get a handshake from me and there will be no beef. But as far as the tag team goes, I don't know yet. Because being a tag partner with me, I have to trust you.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't trust him yet.
Okay.
Johnny, you have any remarks on that and remarks for the fans as we get off?
I'm very, very confident that I know I can hang with Joey. I will admit too, and I am man enough to admit that I still need to get a little bit more training in on the hardcore side of the wrestling world. Which is going to happen starting my next training session on Tuesday. And it will go from there on until we actually finally have confirmation that this match is going to take place. And as well as to, just in case, if this match does turn out to be like a Falls Count Anywhere or hardcore match or First Blood match, I have more experience in what to expect as well.
Joey, he just said he's going to have another training session at the gym. Are you going to show up?
I don't know. You guys are going to have to find out.
Oof.
Keep your eye on the syndicate. We're coming after 2 titles.
2 titles.
That night, we are.
So when are we going to see you in the title picture, man?
I think very soon, considering a couple weeks ago I got screwed over in a title match for the tag titles against KOI. So if Knott's there wins the titles, it looks like we might be in line for a title shot.
I look forward to it.
If you're in the line for that title shot, are you going to hesitate to use that chair?
Oh, I know Knott's wouldn't on me, so why would I not use a chair on him?
There you go, Joey. There you go, Johnny.
See, I respect that answer.
Yep, you have to. Thomas Baker says, "Let's go, Joey." You got fans on here.
I do. I got fans everywhere.
So that's just Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. Thank you guys. I'm Huge Pop. I got Joey Knotts, a hardcore wrestler. Mr. Sin, a part of the syndicate. Johnny Cass, love you, man. You're a gamer. You're a wrestler. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. I'd like to see you take care of the problem child up here once and for all.
I plan on it. Hey, Jay Silver, the ball is in your court. Let the fans choose the type of match that we have. Make things interesting. Let's get everyone involved here.
Right. And then we got JB over here, my friend, podcaster, fellow podcaster, a part of Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast. So thank you guys. I'm going to play a little song here, and we're going to meet in the lobby, okay? So don't go nowhere.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, put some sauce on it. Some sauce on it. Some sauce on it. Alice Kane never leaving cause he always